Hi students, this section is 5.2, writing linear equations given the slope and a point. So there are some steps involved when you're writing an equation given the slope and a point. The first step is you are going to be finding the y-intercept. So what you're going to be doing is substituting the slope m and the coordinate points of x and y into the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And you are going to be solving for the y-intercept, your b. Then, once you find your b, you're going to write the equation of the line in the form of y equals mx plus b. So let's get started right away here with some examples. It says in this lesson you're going to write the equation of a line when given its slope and any point on the line. So our first example, you are going to write the equation of a line that passes through the point 6, negative 3, and has a slope of negative 2. So we have to think of the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Remember, m is my slope, b is my y-intercept. They're giving us y, m, and x, and we need to solve and find b in order to rewrite it in the y equals mx plus b form. So here, 6, negative 3, 6 is my x, negative 3 is my y. So I'm going to write this as negative 3 equals, they're giving me my slope of negative 2, times x, x is 6 here, plus my b. That is what we're solving for first. So let's solve this. Negative 2 times 6, that's going to give me negative 12, plus b on the right equals negative 3 on the left. To solve for b, I'll add 12 to both sides. And negative 3 plus 12 is going to give me positive 9, and that's going to equal b. So now that I've solved for b, I'm going to rewrite this in the slope-intercept form. So my answer is going to be y equals, my slope is negative 2, x, plus my b is 9. And that'll be my final answer for this question. Another question we have here is write the equation of the line that passes through the point negative 3, 0 and has a slope of 1/3. Again, we're working with y equals mx plus b. Negative 3 is my x, 0 is my y, and they're giving me a slope of 1/3. So I'll set this up as 0 equals m is 1/3 times my x is negative 3 plus b. When solving this, let's multiply 1/3 times 3. When we're multiplying fractions, remember you just multiply across. We can think of this as negative 3 over 1, which becomes negative 3 over 3, which simplifies to negative 1. So this is 0 equals negative 1 plus b. To get b by itself, we're going to add 1 to both sides. So b is going to equal 1. Now that I've solved for b, we'll write this as y equals, my slope m is 1/3, x plus my b now is 1. And that'll be my final answer for example number 2. Last example of this section, now we're going to work with parallel lines. So it says two non-vertical lines are parallel if, this should be if and only if they have the same slope. So parallel lines have the same slope. So what we're going to do here for example number 3 is we're going to write an equation of the line that is parallel, meaning have the same slope, to the line of y equals 2/3 x minus 2 and passes through this point here of negative 2, 1. Well, if parallel lines have the same slope, my slope here, I'll rewrite this, y equals 2/3 x minus 2. Parallel lines have the same slope. So what we're going to do, if this equation has a slope of 2/3, my new equation has to have a slope of 2/3, but now we have to use our new given point here of negative 2, 1. So let's set this up and solve. We're first going to find b. So negative 2 is representing x and 1 is representing my y. So I'll set this up as 1 equals, my slope Parallel lines have the same slope. My slope is 2/3 times my x. My x is -2 plus b. We're solving for b. So now what I need to do is I need to multiply this 2/3 times -2, which is going to give me -4/3 plus b on the right equals 1 on the left. I want to get b all by itself here on the right, so I'm going to add 4/3 to both sides. Now 4/3 plus 1, I'm going to show my work coming over here now. Well, 3/3 is 1, gives me 1. So I could set this up as 4/3 plus 3/3, because that's 1 whole, is going to equal my b. 4 plus 3 gives me 7, and I have common denominators now because I'm adding the fractions, so that's 7/3 equals my b. So I'm going to rewrite this now in the slope-intercept form. Now that I have my y-intercept, my b, and now that I know my slope, parallel lines are the same, so it's going to be y equals 2/3 x plus 7/3, and that's going to be my final answer. Whoops. 7/3 So y equals 2/3 x plus 7/3. That's my final answer for this. So we're going to practice some of this with bookwork in class, and we'll go over any questions you have.